Yesterday, I released a video called Vigilantes Are Themselves Predators, and the troll community predictably lost their ever loving minds, triggered by the things that I said in there, which are factually correct. When I blocked Net Predators guy, who of course is hiding behind his persona, even as he's criticizing other people for allegedly doing the same, it's interesting that he did exactly as predicted, went on his site and loaded all this crap onto it. They don't seem to be deterred by the fact that everything that they talk about on there was dismissed, if indeed it actually existed at all as something I created. There have been so many accusations, it's hard to keep track of them all, honestly. And I'm still gathering information with which to bring the main part of my case to them, not because I care about their opinion, but because of a perverse delight in myself to watch them squirm when they realize they've been wrong all along. And we'll see how many of you trolls out there, and I know you're watching, how many of you will apologize to me when you realize that you have been wrong. I doubt any, as you usually do when you find out you've been had, and I push back hard on you. You just fall silent or you deny it. You know, it's really ironic because this all started because I had the site, apparently. This all started because I pushed the idea, which was intolerable to the vigilante, troll, predator, poacher, hunters, and all the rest of the silly names that they call themselves. the premise that some people are actually innocent, and they don't want to believe that at all. I understand. I get that. You know, in their mind and maybe in their experience, some of the people are not. But that's so anathema for them, so intolerable to them, that they just have to attack it right away. And of course, I've also said that the issue revolves around a war on sex, and that within that war on sex, it's not simply a matter of predators going after children. It's much more subtle, much more complex in some ways too, and that they do not wish to address that issue at all, and to give grace to people who have maybe made a mistake and have done their time to society and it's over. They want to continue to shame and abuse them, continue to drag their name through the mud, and recycle and reconstitute the court's view or the court's position about people over and over again. And I just don't see the point. They don't do the same, as I point out, for the worst ones out there, the people in powerful positions. They never talk about those. And they have a worse situation than any random average and ordinary guy who may have made a mistake or didn't make a mistake. How long do you have to punish people? But of course, they also don't spend their time going after anything that might not give them some kind of street cred as good guys. You know, they never do anything against petty larceny, which is a far worse problem, or against financial crimes of the billionaires. They don't do anything on that. And I'm sure even now they're chomping their bit to shriek at me, just, you're deflecting, you're deflecting. No, I'm asking questions. I'm responding to them. A deflection, ladies and gentlemen, is when you refuse to answer the question. I've largely answered their questions, even though, remember, you're not entitled to any answers. And I'm not intimidated into giving you any. And if you're somebody out there who has been captured by these people, you should make sure that you have a counter lawsuit for them holding you against your will. So, you know, there's a lot to be said here, but one thing's for sure, it doesn't take much to trigger these weak snowflakes.